You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You can double, you can press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever, Pelican forever.
I don't know. We didn't make shots. We had a few turnovers, lost our pace a little bit. We just got to find our way a little bit more offensive. We missed shots. They made shots. Lost our pace a little bit. Could have been better defensively. But we just got to keep battling.
And obviously not the results you want, but third straight game for Zeke getting 30-plus points, just seeing him kind of rounded into shape. What's that's been like? It's
been great. I mean, he looks great. His spirit's right. His mind is right. He looks fresh, aggressive, really confident right now. So that's a bright spot. We got to just lean into that. That's a positive. We're going to get reinforcements back here soon, and we just need Z to keep playing at that level.
Yeah, Jordan ended up getting hot late, but it seems like, there have been times where there's some really highs and really low. We just think about some of the inconsistency he's been dealing with, since he's come back from the injury.
Yeah, look, we got to find him, and I got to do a better job trying to get him going there in these moments. They were hugging to him, and we'll keep looking for ways to explore, to get him open and find some avenues there. So, they climbed into him a bit there, but we got to do a better job finding him, and we'll do that.
Just going back to Zion a little bit, is this one of the better stretches you think he's had?
With Zion?
Yeah. In recent.
I can't go through my last 3 years. I mean, what I can tell you is it's as well as I feel like he's played in a while. I don't know. I can't give you a stretch last year, but I've seen this before. But probably in the recent history, it's probably the best I've seen him play. But just mentally, physically, looks really, really strong right now.
I guess you guys were riding that high with that one streak, and now some losses in a row. What do you think you got to do to kind of just get the energy right, get the guys back on the right mindset, just to get things back?
Yeah, I think it is a mindset right now. We've been in this place before, and we found our way out of it. You just got to keep plugging away, keep chopping, keep working. There's not a lot of practice time here, so it's going to come through, shoot-arounds, film. It's a busy month, There's not a lot of breaks here. So the number one thing is stay together, keep our heads up, keep our spirits up, and keep fighting. That's the biggest thing. This group has not dropped the sword. We can't drop the sword. We got to keep fighting, keep believing, come back to work tomorrow. Good. Thanks, everybody.
All right, shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all, man. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Shout out to you guys. Please feel free to strike on the like button as we tune into this episode of PPR. Big Q DC in the building on this one, man. And the Pelicans. Shorthand Pelicans pummeled by Blazers 122-109. The Pelicans have now lost 6 straight games, 5 straight wins, 6 straight losses. They're now 8-28, 6-16 in the Smoothie King Center. And they were shorthanded tonight. But man, listen, man, it's just more of the same from our Pelicans, man. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all being in here for the live. DC, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm trying to believe. Q. James Borrego said we got to believe, right?
Okay, we ain't believing hard enough. That's what's going on.
We got to put R. Kelly in the locker room. I believe I can fly. Do all that shit up. You know what I'm saying? That get us some more wins, according to coach. You know what I mean? So trying to get in my belief. But looking at this, it's kind of hard to believe. You believe in Zion. Zion, I thought played well enough for us to get a victory, but
yeah,
we just couldn't get anything from anybody else, man. Everything looked out of sorts. I think a lot of it had to do with just the mismatch of guys we got like trying to play together. I thought the lineups were good and bad. Like James Borrego, I think overcompensates a little bit with these lineups. Like there's things that are working, and it's obvious it's a positive. We had 2 times we went on an 8-0 run, 15-2 run, and all of this stuff, and then we kind of get away from it. Far up the lineups and who's playing well and who isn't. And Jordan Hawkins is a prime example of that. Mm-hmm. Jordan Hawkins tonight gave you absolutely nothing. Why the fuck did he play 17 minutes?
17 minutes, bro.
Carlo had a bunch of positive, very impactful in the first half, and it took him maybe like 8 minutes into the third quarter before Carlo gets in the game, and he only played 21 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Again, more minutes to Carlo and Jose don't guarantee you a win, but it's just weird to me that I see the team, making a run and they got a little chemistry going, and then we just constantly changing the lineups up. But I think going into this game, they looked at the Blazers, who looked to be a little short-handed themselves, and probably thought we could win without some of these guys. Like maybe somebody like Trey could have actually played because he was questionable, and then he went to not playing and all of that. And this rash of injuries just came out of nowhere. Nobody gets hurt during the game, and then all of a sudden the day of the game, you got 3 starters out. It's just kind of crazy. But I think they thought they could handle the Blazers and have everybody prepared to play against the Heat, because that would not be an easy game. And just didn't go that way, man. But this is a game, the Chicago game. These are 2 games you're supposed to win. But you can't really expect much out of the Pelicans this year, as far as what we seeing now, man. The time is out. Ain't no more time. Shit, you had the Clippers right where you wanted them. Not it. Them people didn't win. They won 6 games in a row. Still ain't no reason for him, like he said, to put the sword down and all of that. So I guess he feel like they putting it down, or they're keeping the sword in the locker or whatever. You need to bring that shit on out, because they have no reason to not show up, regardless if we make a play or not. Like, you don't have your draft pick, so there's just no reason to give up on anything. And shout out to Braden. I was thinking that too about Looney, man. If they would have won the game, just saying the energy that Looney and Jose and Carlo was bringing, man, that would have been a big catalyst if they would actually win this game. But they couldn't pull it through. But Looney does so many small things well, man. I don't even know our rebounding numbers, but I know they had to be pretty solid, because just watching the way Looney attacks the boards, he makes sure everybody else get blocked out. If he can't get the rebound, he's going to block everybody out to make sure one of us get it. And it's just them small things like that. Although he can't run the floor and play with the pace we do, we have to play Looney more minutes, no doubt.
Yeah, Kevon Looney, man, he had 8 offensive boards in this game, man. A total of 12 together, 8 of them offensive. So yeah, we definitely could have used, with all those guys missing, we could have definitely used some more bench scoring, bro.
Braden, my bad. I said Braden, my bad.
Yeah, we definitely used some more bench scoring. Jose Alvarado came back 21 minutes, not a point. He was 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 3 from downtown, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple of turnovers, minus 13. No offensive production and 21 points from him. Peavy had 24 minutes and 2 points. He was awful.
If he could shoot, Q.
1 of 9 DC, 0 for 5 from downtown, brother. And you cold as a cucumber.
He was playing his ass off defensively, bro.
He was plus 12, but
if he could shoot.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's wrong with him attacking a basket? I mean, it's
hard to do with some of these lineups you had, man.
No, well, I tell you,
3-pointers, like that's the last thing they was giving us is layup lines because we can't hit a 3-point shot.
Well,
that's 8 for 13. We was lucky to be that, man. We was like 4 of like 25 or 4 of 20, 26 or some shit like that.
8 for 30.
Like 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, we finished. They was knocking down some shots, man. Your boy was really dive bombing them, shooting them 3-pointers. Love was killing the Pelicans, man. With shot, he had 6 3-pointers in this game. Crazy. So yeah, and then Kamara, he had 4 in the game. So yeah, that Love dude was killing the Pelicans, man, with 3-point shooting. But regardless, man, let's touch on these stats and then we'll bounce back to it. Shout out to you guys. Hit that like button for us. Pelicans 44 of 98 tonight for 45%. Blazers 41 for 92. Same thing. The 3-pointers, man. Blazers was 16 of 47 for 34% from downtown. The Pelicans were 8 of 30. So you can see the difference there. 27%. They also got the foul attempts. The Blazers got to the line 30 times, hit 24-30 for 80%. Pelicans went 18 and hit 13 for 72%. The rebounding game overall was the Blazers 46-42, even though the Pels had 19 offensive boards, so did the Blazers. The assist game was Blazers 27-22, Pelicans 8-6 on steals and 11-7 on blocks. The Blazers had single-digit turnovers. 9 turnovers, giving up 15 points off that versus the Pelicans, 15 turnovers, giving up 23 points. Pels did win the fast break battle 23-6 and the points in the paint battle 68-46, but to no avail. We just couldn't hold on to it, man. We couldn't hold on to it. And like I said, shorthanded all the way there. But man, if we could have had some more scoring, for some of these other guys that played some really good minutes. Zion was doing Zion type things and 35 points in 31 minutes. He was 15-26 from the field. He had 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals, no turnovers for Zion in this game. Big 35, 18 from Jeremiah Fierce, kind of trying to bounce back. 29 minutes, 18 points from him, 8 of 15 from the field. He was 0 for 3 from downtown. He was perfect at the foul line. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, but he had those 4 turnovers with 2 blocks. 16 from Jordan Poole in 30 minutes, 5 of 16 from the field, 4 of 11 from downtown. He had 6 assists, a rebound to go along with those numbers. 13 for Bryce McGowan's in the starting role for 24 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field. He was perfect from downtown, 2 for 2, 3 or 4 from the foul line, 4 rebounds and a steal for Bryce. Yves Missi, 21 minutes, 5 points, 3 boards in that time frame. And then, of course, off the bench, Karlo Mekovic, 20 minutes, 16 points. He was high flying, 7 of 8 from the field, even hit 2 3-pointers, collected a couple of rebounds, 2 steals and a couple of blocks for Karlo Mekovic. He was balling, just didn't have any other offensive help. Jose coming back, 21 minutes, no points. He took 3 shots, missed them all. 3 rebounds, 4 assists from him. Peavy in 24 minutes, 2 points. Ghastly 1 for 9 shooting for the Rook. He was 0 for 5 from downtown, 3 rebounds and 2 assists, plus 12 on the plus minus. And you mentioned Jordan Hawkins, 17 minutes. He was 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3, 3 turnovers. It wasn't a good thing for Jordan Hawkins. And that explains why he's a guy that really don't collect any minutes. But man, it's weird though. It's something.
We gave him $7 million next year.
Yeah, he might be in the package. You never know. But Denny Avdija in 34 points in 38 minutes. DC, he was doing his thing. 34 points against the Pelicans. Denny, then 23 from your boy Sharp. He was sharp. 23, 9 of 18 from the field. Wasn't good from downtown, 1 of 6, but he still packed in 23. 14 from Kamara. 4 of 11 from the field. He hit 4 3-pointers, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Then off the bench, Caleb Love, man, lit the Pelicans up in 28 minutes, 22 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 6 3-pointers, on 11 attempts. And he kind of kiboshed the Pelicans off the bench. Sidi Kosoko, I thought he was going to get his thing going. He struggled in this one, only collected 5 and 20. But whatever the Trailblazers did, it was enough against the Pelicans. Shorthanded, without Sadiq, without Trey, without a lot of guys, Pelicans collect their 6th straight loss of the in a row, and they fall to 8 and 28 here. So DC, go ahead, brother. You can talk on it before we kind of jump to the Miami game.
Well, it's 2 main reasons we lost this game, man. Just the 3-pointers, man. It's kind of hard for you to overcome a 24-point 3-point deficit, bro. They made double the 3-pointers we did, and that's a lot of these losses when you look at it. Although our defense is atrocious, to give up some of these threes, we could do a better job defending them. But we're like just one of those teams in the NBA. It's almost like we're behind, because in the modern NBA, the way things are, man, it's kind of hard to win, a healthy amount of games without being able to shoot 3-pointers. This 8 for 30 we got tonight, this is like a normal night for us. This ain't a bad shooting night. This is what we do on the regular. 27% from 3-point line, man, is well below the league average. The league average is right about 34%, where the Blazers are. So looking at the Blazers, you're like, oh, man, they shot us out the gym. Well, they shooting the league average. You're supposed to be able to shoot this, but we can't. And then, the turnovers, we had a real healthy dose of turnovers at bad times, man. And for a while, they got a bunch of points off of turnovers. I mean, they still beat us by 8 points there. So we gave up a lot of turnovers and let them score off of it, man. So it's just more of the same. You fix one thing and then something else. We had this 3-point problem all year, defending it, being able to hit threes, and it just looks like something that's just not gonna ever really go away. So building this roster in the future, the Pelicans need to have that in mind, man. We can't be a team that can't shoot 3-pointers. Yeah, we're leading the league in points in the paint, and that's good, but you got to at least get your percentages up. You don't have to shoot 47 3-pointers like the Blazers did, but you got to at least be able to hit them at about 34% like the Blazers did. So that caused us to lose the game, man. Statistically, looking at the guys, man, tonight, obviously what stood out to me is Carlo, Zion, and if I had to pick one more person, I'd just say Micah Peavy because of defense, although he stunk it up shooting. I thought defensively, man, he made a lot of great plays, made things difficult, didn't actually get a lot of the turnovers himself that he forced. This guy could shoot, man. You'd be easily looking at starting him over Bryce McGowan, who didn't play horrible tonight, but Bryce, I think, is a breaking case of emergency player, man. The more I'm seeing of him, I want him on my team. Definitely want him on the bench. It's okay for him to be in the rotation, but I just don't ever see him really being anything, man. He does play the right way. He's just not going to put you over the top, and I don't think he's a guy that you should be starting, and I don't think he'll ever live up to be that type of guy. He's somebody that you put in your bench rotation. And the fact that he started tonight definitely didn't help much. But not to down the guy because he didn't play horrible. You know what I'm saying? It was all right. But defensive purposes, while he's out there, I could see Micah Peavy being way better than him in the long run. I mean, they almost wasn't what right now, and Mike Peavy's a rookie. But Zion definitely showed up tonight, man. He was playing with it on his mind. He took 26 shots. And he had about 4 or 5 of them he took from the mid-range, Q. Zion was shooting minutes tonight.
I've seen that, man. I've seen that.
So
We need that.
Yeah, we need that. He did his thing, man. Defensively is where you would always look for improvement there. But I think Zion picks his spots. He's a superstar. A lot of them guys, they play half-hearted defense at certain points in the game, and they turn it up at crucial points. Never really got to see what he would be able to do in the clutch. They pretty much blasted us. Like maybe the middle of the third, towards the end of the third, they started running away with this, and we get into the fourth quarter, and for a long time when Zion's out, it's like you really want to bring him back in. We looking at like we might not even be able to get in the game, but Riggles put him back in. But for him to have 35 points tonight, man, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, I thought it was phenomenal in 31 minutes. And it wasn't like it was in garbage time minutes. They were tailoring their whole defense to try to stop him, and he had it going, man. And this is what Zion looks like when he takes 26 shots. You get 35 points. Carlo Magovich, though, I wish he would have got more minutes. He just brings so much energy off the bench, man. It's an automatic, fast break at some point, colossal dunk that he gonna get, and everybody's gonna go crazy. He's been out of rotation for a while. He's not a perfect player, but you got a dude that's mega athletic. He's like 6'10". He always jamming on people. He's active defensively, could do better rebounding, obviously, and he can hit threes. Carlo was 2 for 3 tonight. The best shooter on the team.
His game developing, bro. He definitely earned some more minutes, man.
He earned some more minutes, but it's like he shouldn't have never lost them. Like he fell out of rotation when everybody was healthy, which I don't get, because I just Carlo to me is somebody like you just always got to play. You got to find a way to play.
You got to call Borrego DC and tell him put some respect on Carlo's name, bro.
And Kevon Looney is making a strong case for himself too. You know what I'm saying? To get some minutes, man, grab 12 boards. And knowing that we horrible at rebounding, that's a big issue for us. And he can go out there and do that in 24 minutes. So, like, you have to play him, especially with Jordan Poole, because the little 2-man game they got going on is pretty good, although Jordan Poole didn't really play that well tonight. He didn't play horribly, though, but 5 for 16 points ain't going to get it. You know what I mean? And Jeremiah Poole, statistically, I like his stat line and what it is, but a lot of that to me was just like garbage time statistics. He's got to cut down on the turnovers, man. Young guy still figuring it out, playing point guard. That's going to be a thing, this year, because it just is. With guys that are young, very few players come in like a Chris Paul as a rookie at playing point guard, man. Even Kyrie came in phenomenal, though, but he had turnover issues and a lot of stuff going on his rookie year. And it's just one of them things, man. He's 19, he's technically really supposed to still be in college. But, man, he'll have some plays where he gets it out in transition, and it's almost like he's moving faster than his mind is moving, man. It's like when he's running, sometimes I'm looking to the side. I'm like, pass it. He going for it. He going for it every time. Now, he don't give a shit if Zion running on the side of it. Fears is going for it, bro. And I think that's the part of his game that he has to correct. I like that tenacity about him, the fact that he has the heart to be able to do that. He ain't scared of nobody, but facilitation, man, still has to improve. And he's just got to be more careful. Like, he had a few times where, it wasn't his fault, but he probably had a chance to get a turnover, and he picks the ball up and then he loses it. Just simple stuff like that, man. He's just got to do the little things better, but hopefully he get his 3-point shot going, man. If the 3 ball would have been falling for him, I think he would have had a awesome night, man. That does something for his confidence, and it looks like he ain't been shooting it a lot, so I was really looking to see one of them go in, because he was shooting the 3 ball pretty well earlier in the season, but maybe these last 5 6 games or so during the losing streak. Not so much. And you know what I'm saying? I'm taking a lot of them. I mean, we need somebody to emerge as a 3-point threat, man. We're not going to have a 3-point sharpshooter right now. We need more 3-point threats, man, because if this is any indication of what's to come playing any of these other teams, I promise you, you're not going to be able to beat too many top-notch teams or just middling teams going 8 for 30. It just ain't going to happen.
Well, I mean, that's true. But like I said, dealing with Jeremiah Fears, I think he'll improve. But yeah, the 3-point ball is definitely something he has to do better at, DC, because they're going to give him that shot until he teaches them that he can hit the shot. But his confidence in shooting that three is not very good. Over the last 10 games, he's shooting 19% from downtown, man. So that has to improve going forward, man. So we'll see what happens there. But shout out to you guys. Ross, shout out to you. Good to see you, brother. Young Killuminati, Big Sean, Slim, Steph. Shout out to all y'all in the building as well. All right. Much love. Appreciate y'all. Jaden, Pelicans, Nola. And if I forgot you, give me a shout out. What's up, Bill? Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you as well. All y'all, man. Much love to y'all. What's up, J. Carl? Shout out to you, brother. All right. Yeah, we got some issues, man. Ain't no doubt about it, man. We got some stuff to fix, man. You know, and you're right. The way it happened, man, when we start seeing all these guys not playing in the game, you know, Trey, Sadiq, a lot of these guys we kind of we definitely rely on to help us win these games, to stay in these games, man. It was one of these situations tonight, man, when you see Trey out, Sadiq out, Derek Queen out, along with Herb, who was supposed to be making a comeback. He's still out. That's a lot of our talent sitting down there, man. And these guys got to get, we got to get these guys healthy. And on top of that, man, we got to speak the right language to pick up some wins, but still a lot of basketball left to be played, man, in this thing. All right. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button as we get going here. Here's the next up, man, as we kind of pivot to the next matchup, man. The next matchup, the Pelicans. As y'all can see, 8-28, 2-12 on the road. Yes, who? The Miami Heat. That's right. 19-15. The Miami Heat are leading the South. What is it? They're in the Southeast. Yep. 19-15. They're half a game ahead of the Orlando Magic. Pelicans in the cellar. 6-game losing streak. Boy, how things have changed. But we'll see if we can at least get some of these players back. That'll be the main thing going forward. It's estimating that we're supposed to get 4 of these guys back for the Miami Heat game on January the 4th. So I don't know. That's two days from now. We'll see how it all goes. Also, there's no timeline right now. DeJounte Murray is saying January the 13th. I looked up some stuff. The Pelicans usually have to announce that thing before they decide on, hey, man, we're going to bring this guy in and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, we need all the help we can get, man, to be honest with you. Here's the stats, fam, for the matchup between the Pels and the Heat. The Heat right now averaging 121 points a game. That's 4th in the NBA. Only allowing 117.5. That's 19th in the game. They shoot 47.4% from the field. That's 11. They shoot, look at the 3-point attempts. That's 21st, but they hit 13 a game. The percentage, they shoot 37% from downtown. The foul line is 79%, 12th in the NBA. Rebounds at 46 a game. That's 6th in the game. Assists at almost 29. That's 7th in the game. You can see the TOV right there at 14, which is 5th, versus the steals, which is 9 a game. That's 6th. And the blocks 4.5 at 20. The Pelicans is a combination of some of the earlier losses with Willie Green. So the stats is kind of skewed. 115.6 versus 123.1. That's what it is. 46% from the field. That's 20th versus the 3-point shooting that we have. Our attempts at 31.5, making 10.7, almost 11 a game for us, which is 29th in the building. A lot of stats way where they're not supposed to be honest with you. The free throw attempts, 26, which is 8th ranked. You can see the rebounds, Pelicans 43.4, which is 21st in the game. Our assists need to be way up from 24.6. That's 26th in the NBA. You can see the TOV there. nine steals a game, which is top 10. It's 8th in the game. And then, of course, the blocks are almost to the back of the league. You look at the, like I said, I'm going to hit y'all with this one now. The injury report is showing that Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey, Derek Queen, and Herb Jones estimated return time for the Miami Heat matchup. DeJounte.
Herb, Q. Like, crazy, man.
I don't know, DC. That's another thing that I don't know what's going on with Herb. That's Herb. My thought process with Herb was supposed to be back for this game. So I don't know what's going on with Herb. If he had a medical setback, they hadn't given us an alert on that, but they're estimating it here. They're saying it's supposed to be for the Miami game. So we're going to see what happened, bro.
It's crazy.
Crazy. But anyway, like I'm saying, man, you can see right here over the last 5 games, the Miami Heat cooking, man. They 4-1 over the last 5, 4 straight wins over Detroit, Denver, Indiana, and Atlanta. The Pelicans are on a 6-game losing streak, lost to Cleveland, 2 back-to-back losses to Phoenix, New York, Chicago, and Portland. We can't seem to do anything right or beat anybody, regardless of where they're located. In terms of wins and losses, we again not putting it together. And of course, here is the depth chart right here. You can see for the Heat with Davion Mitchell, they got Tyler Hero. I don't know if he makes it back for this game. We'll see. Norman Powell is averaging over 24 points a game for the Heat. He cooking. Andrew Wiggins is there. Bam is listed as doubtful. And then they have several of their bench players that's also listed as doubtful for this matchup. So we'll see what it looks like as we get closer to it. But man, listen, man, this is going to be an interesting matchup, another tough matchup for the Pelicans to go in there into Miami and try to snap this 6-game losing streak. DC, let's get into it, man. What we need to do, brother?
A lot.
I know.
The very first thing I will focus on, because we know that the Pels can do this, is cut down on turnovers, man. If I'm not mistaken, didn't they have more turnovers than they used to against Chicago as well, right? Had a lot going on for New
Yeah.
They're getting a little sloppy, these turnovers. Although we've seen it be a lot worse. We've seen the Pels go out the games be like 19, 20 turnovers is just a regular. So for them to cut it down to right around, what were they averaging? Pull up the statistics for them in Miami again for me, man, that you had. I think they had, we were averaging maybe like 10 turnovers a game? See what we have for turnovers. No, 14.
14.3, and they had 13.9.
And they had some high turnovers early in the season, but since James Borrego came on board, they've been better, taking care of the ball. And with Miami, man, Miami has always been this type of team to me. They're very gritty, and they just dig out ways to win. Probably because they have a really good coach, and so they're going to have a strong mindset. They're going to exploit whatever you're giving up, and it's a recipe for disaster to go in there and give out turnovers. And looking at everybody that's going to be out, they need to start there, man. They got to get turnovers and they got to rebound the ball. Because Miami is, they damn near top 5 in both of these categories. And the rebounding is where we're weak at. We've been solid, with the turnovers. So that's the first 2 things that I'm focusing on. And then next will be getting high quality shot attempts. I think at times we do that. But it's like this thing where, like tonight, I've seen so many passes they had go off somebody's fingertips. And, it's a pretty common thing with Yves, although, he did start that block part of the night. Pels had a lot of blocks. Shout out to Yves for that. But offensively, man, it's like they're giving him the ball, and he's in quality position to score, and he ain't even looking to score. You see other guys a little tentative to turn away shots, or we try to like overshare sometimes, and then other times we just going one-on-one. So they got to figure that out, or at least do that to the best of their abilities, because just the quality of shots that we take, man, sometimes it's just horrible. You know, we take some bad shots and we pass up good shots. You know, so they need to focus on that. And then outside of that, man, it's all those other little things. Because the Heat, to me, it's like playing the Spurs with Pop, in my opinion. Whatever you give them, far as mistakes you're making, they're gonna pick up on that and they're gonna exploit it. That's what they do.
Well, yeah, they're well coached, man. The Pelicans got their work cut out for them against the Heat, man. In this one, no doubt about it. And I don't know exactly if some of when these guys are going to be back. Bam, they're saying Bam's supposed to come back soon. He's a game time decision. Jaime is supposed to be a game time decision too. Tyler Hero with a toe is listed to come back for the Miami game. I don't know how that's going to go, but some of their heavyweights is supposed to be coming back around that time frame. But regardless or not, we can't.
It don't even matter if they don't come back.
Well,
it don't even matter. They still.
I mean,
they gonna beat them.
It should, DC. It should matter, man.
Easy win either way.
It should matter, brother. It should matter, man. If whether you got it, because most of the time you get in an alley oop, so to speak, with the Pelicans, and you get players that are some of their top players is out. Like we had the Chicago Bulls game, which was an alley oop. Both Kobe White and Josh Giddey, their two top scorers, out. Pelicans get hammered. So I mean, it should matter when you get an opportunity to play a team and they missing two of their best players or some of their more foundational pieces. You're supposed to be able to take advantage of that because nobody feels sorry for you. Like if the Pelicans have, depending on, we get all of these guys back, family. We get all of these guys back, Trey Murphy, Sadiq Bey, Derek Queen, and Herb Jones back, and we can't beat them without Tyler Hero or Bam, about Bam being there. Man, that's a major problem. And despite the fact, like we contrast, you look at when Borrego took over the Pelicans, what, mid-November. What is his record? 6-17 since he been here. So it's there's enough time. And like I was listening to y'all put one in the chat if y'all heard Antonio Daniels' interview on the Pelicans channel. He was talking about Borrego and what he was doing, and I was listening there, and I was thinking to myself when he sounds like, yeah, that's true. And AD is a smart dude, man. He know ball, but at the same time, AD is an employee of the Pelicans. So if I'm listening to you, you're describing Borrego. Yeah, Borrego stepped in and took over the team in November the 15th, but he ain't just got there. It was supposed to be they're using his offensive identity and philosophy. With Willie Green removed, that was supposed to be a launching pad for him to be able to take that next step. They know who he is. He's been there for the last 3 years. So it's not like you got some dude that came from nowhere and he don't have any camaraderie with these players. It's not supposed to be as difficult, especially when you get a great deal of these talented players. If we got all of our heavy hitters, we shouldn't be losing these type of games to the Chicago Bulls and still having chemistry issues, still trying to get them to communicate on whether or not who going to play defense here or there and all this kind of old foolishness, man.
We had all our heavy hitters against the Chicago Bulls, Q. And you think that just because we got all our heavy hitters against Miami wins, man, listen.
I said it should matter. That's what I'm saying. It should matter. It should matter if them guys are missing. Because nobody feeling sorry for you, you still got to go out and win the damn game, DC. It's like the same thing that's happened tonight. So with us, we missing all these guys, and people can say, yeah, well, we didn't have all our guys. That's why we lost. But I mean, at the same time, if you're shorthanded, you're expected to win. Just like if you're not shorthanded and the other team is, you're supposed to beat that team, man. So I mean, it's no level ground we walking on here, DC. It's just like it's all quicksand at this point because nothing that they're doing consistent is enough to help them keep winning games consistently. They don't play through the full game like they're supposed to. They're still leaving guys to shoot wide open 3-pointers, and this is a point of contention. This is what this is a known fact about the New Orleans Pelicans team. Even Antonio Daniels sits up there and watches them and talk about the wide open 3-point shots because of bad communication and rotations over and over and over and over again. Same old shit. So I mean, if you're Joe Dumars and you sitting there watching that, you got to be able to pivot and say, okay, well, I got to make a move. I got to be able to get players in here who understand how to play defense and as well as play offense. You know, that he has to do it, and that means players as well as coaches. You know, so. But go ahead, bro. You got it.
Yeah. Well,
Cut it out, Sean. Sean, stop it, bro. He said, Q, give JB a break. He inherited this roster from Willie Green, may not be told. The roster ain't shit, though.
come on, Sean.
Come on, bro. The roster ain't shit. You're not gonna get me with that, bro. You can't.
We got some talent.
Right.
Talented roster.
DC, we're not the Washington Wizards, bro. We're not a team. You got all this. Man, we got a good collection of people. Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson's healthy. Jordan Poole is there. Our rookies, despite ups and downs here that rookies have, we've been having solid production from them, including Peavy, Carlo Mekovic. We've had good production from the players. We don't have a shit roster. It's just getting them on the same page and getting them to play consistently for 4 quarters of the game. That's what we trying to do. So I ain't got nothing to do with no Willie Green. Willie is gone. We got Coach Borrego, who's been here for 23 games now, or 24 games, or whatever the case is. And as an interim head coach, but prior to that, he was here as the offensive coordinator. And then the defensive coordinator. Let's not let that Collins guy off the hook. Where is he at with all this going? This is supposed to be his defense, bro.
And Collins, if you look at him, Q, he be fussing at the dudes and telling them to do this. I don't think they listen. But even so, let's say he's telling them to do the right things and they still can't execute. I mean, he got to go too, because obviously the way the message is delivered can't be right. I mean, we haven't had just this awesome defensive unit ever. You know, I think the years when our defense was good, a lot of it was just off of turnovers and stuff Herb was doing. It wasn't like the defensive strategy, the switch all, as you call it, right? Is benefiting us. I mean,
if done correctly, bro.
Teams switch everything, man.
I'm talking about the Pelicans switching.
Jose gonna wind up on the center at some point. It just always happens.
I know, bro.
I like Jeremiah Fairs. He's a rookie though, but Jeremiah Fairs gonna let everybody blow past him. You know this. All you gotta do is set a little half-ass pick. It's it. There's no resistance, and
hey, the guy move him like a piece on the chessboard. DC, walk right up to him and push him and nudges him to follow him, and they follow him. No. You supposed to be thinking, looking at, oh, no, I'm not gonna switch. No, stay with you. I got him. Stay with your man. That come out. You know, if the guy is walking up to you and trying to nudge you toward him, obviously he's trying to create a mismatch that benefits them. You can't do that. And yes, we often highlight Jose Alvarado as being one of these guys who always end up switching out with people that he's not supposed to be doing that. I pinpointed him on tape all the time. He always does that. He's one of the main benefactors of poor switching. You cannot do that. You don't switch all the time. You only switch when it benefits you. You don't switch your dumb ass into a mismatch to benefit the other person that won't punch on the man. No, we can't do all of that, bro. We have to be able to use our minds and our brains out there, and we got to be a thinking team. That's how it is. We got to be fundamental. We got to be a thinking team where we be able to, when we battle these other teams, because they're going to take advantage. They're going to chip away at you, and then before long, you're going to find yourself in losing streaks, and ultimately, they're going to break the team up. You can't have this kind of money spent. It's too much money, bro. We got like 4 $30 million players. Too much money on this team for us to be not even a double digit. DC, you know, we only right now, bro. We only an 8-win team right now, bro. We only 8 wins, man. Somebody asked me, last year sometimes, Q, do we get 10 wins before the end of the year? And the answer is no. We can't even. We played 36 games, bro, and we're not even a double. We don't even have 10 wins. We don't even have 10 wins. You can't have that kind of money on the team and just be this porous, bro. That can't happen.
As long as we can't hit open shots, man, and won't take open shots, passing up open 3-pointers and all type of shit, man. It's gonna always be the thing. But my man,
Sean, hold on, DC. Hold on, I'm gonna let you say, Jaden. I just want to address Sean, bro, because Sean is comparing apples to orange. He's saying, "Q, you're missing my point." Example: last year, Mitch inherited Pop's roster and won 34 games. He has a total control of who he wants and had an off season to modify it. And now we're number 2 in the West. You had an aggressive. You cannot compare the cultures between the Pelicans and the Spurs. That's why I disagree with you. When you're talking about players for players and picks for picks,
didn't they trade for
they and then they were benefited by a cheating lottery system that granted them Wembanyama.
Oh, come on, Sean.
They end up getting Castle.
That don't have nothing to do with it.
But listen, I ain't gonna even get to that point and talk about all that. I'm saying it's.
Experience, like, come on.
But I'm saying the culture is the problem, bro. You're saying you got rid of Willie Green. Yeah, we got rid of Willie Green. He was a big part of it. But you can't talk. The San Antonio Spurs have had a winning culture. They've won championships, multiple championships, and have a winning culture over a long period of time. They have a standard. They have smart leadership at the top of the team. That is something that the Pelicans are just getting. We've had idiots running this thing, man. We had people that did not know what they were doing running this thing. You had idiots. I mean, I'm so furious with the history of how funky this team was with these dumb general managers like Bowen and this other idiot we just got rid of. So we just got somebody with a resume that knows about championships as a top 50 player. We just got that guy. Y'all guys have had a culture of winning for a very long time. You arguably have the best coach had the best coach for years for a long period of time in Greg Popovich. He's probably going to go down as the greatest NBA coach that ever was. You can't compare the two teams like that. I mean, that's totally not the point. Y'all have a culture already in place. And even if you had a few losing seasons, overall, the Spurs have a standard, and ultimately they make the good decisions from an administrative level. And they have an identity, they have a culture in place, and they're going to eventually go back to what they are, which is winning. So that's the bottom line. That is the difference between the Spurs and the Pelicans is what I'm saying. That's apples and oranges. We're talking culture, bro. We ain't just talking players and coaches. That's a whole nother thing that y'all got going on right there. So that's like comparing the Saints to DC, who won a lot of Super Bowls, got a Super Bowl winning cultures. The Green Bay Packers, over from a historical standpoint. I mean, it's just not there, man. You just can't do it, man. But I get what you're saying, but I'm saying we have to change the culture. You change the culture from an administrative level, and he has to have a coach that represents that. And it can't be some guy that was here already. You got to clean these people out. All of these losing ass assistant coaches. I really think our coaching staff, no disrespect to Coach Borrego and Coach Casey and Coach Collins and Coach Brewer and all these guys, I think we have probably one of the weakest coaching staffs in the NBA, to be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think our coaching staff is one of the weakest. You had Willie Green here for a very long time. Willie Green had all this weirdness in his head about being this and pace and all this, not knowing what he's doing, can't adjust. And a lot of that, he poisoned the players. You get a winning coach here, DC, you get a guy like Malone here. Malone ain't going to take no shit from nobody. He going to tell you what to do. And if you don't do it, he going to get you on up out of here and get somebody because he knows his way. He been to the promised land. So you got a guy at the top of the team from the promised land. You get a coach from the promised land. That's respectable. Then we can kind of build a culture and get serious about ours. We ain't going nowhere with no James Borrego. He does better than Willie Green, but in the end, James Borrego's not winning championships in the city of New Orleans. That's what we're looking for. We need a credible coach that gives us an opportunity to compete at a high level. That's not James Borrego. I got a lot of respect for him, but he didn't have no resume like that. He's better than Willie Green. But when you talking about going into free agency in the offseason, bro, you're not going to sit up here saying we're going to keep Borrego over no chance to get Malone or Coach Bud or some of these guys, dog. Come on. Go ahead, DC. That's what I got.
Well, I see my man Jay got his comment up here asking me, DC, my man, do you think Zion is playing like this to up his trade value for the trade deadline or the offseason, man? You think he is playing like this because he thinks he will still be with the Pelicans? Well, from I guess the outside reports are the rumor mill, which there's a lot of talk of Zion not wanting to go nowhere. Zion wanting to be here. I don't know how true that is. I don't know what's posturing. I don't know what's not. Maybe making it sound like Zion is unobtainable as he continues to play like this makes him a more valuable trade asset. You know, people usually want what they can't have, so it could be a little psychology, or it could be just as simple as Zion don't want to get traded. You know, looking at what we have as far as a team this year, I still don't think it makes any sense to trade him. Actually, whether you want to keep him or trade him, I think what Zion is doing right now makes all the sense in the world for either reason, either direction you decide to go. He hasn't shown me any indication of somebody who's like itching to get out of here. As far as when you look at him playing, look at him on the bench, how he cheers on his teammates. He's been staying out of trouble. Man, kept his weight down. You know, he left the OnlyFans girls alone. And he balling out. Like, for much criticism that Zion had this year, I don't really think he really did anything all that bad this year. I mean, everybody was up in arms because he got hurt and he missed these weeks, and you know we having all of these losses. But I mean, the man came back way before he came back. What, like 3 weeks early, or was it 2 weeks early before his evaluation? So we thought Zion was going to be out for a month. He just out for a couple of weeks. So to me, looking at it, it's always been the same. Let Zion play out the year. You see how everything goes. If you're going to move him during the offseason, you move him. If you're going to keep him, you figure out what you need to do to make him play great with the rookies. And you figure out what you got to put around him. I mean, it ain't rocket science. This is why David Griffin got fired, in my opinion, because I just don't understand how you had Zion for 6 years and we never tried to surround him with shooters. It's just the dumbest shit in the world. Just never did it. So regardless if we keep Zion or not, and let's say you're going to move with Derek Queen, you're going to have to do a similar thing with him too. You know, because he looked like he's going to be a monster heading downhill, scoring in the paint. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really all that different. If we want to keep Zion, I think we can keep him, and I think he can mesh with the rookies. But we cannot keep the team the way it is if they decide to keep him. And if they trade him, we still need to change this roster. Like, as you can see, we got talent, but it's not cutting it. Sadiq Bey, I like to keep. Trey, me personally, I like to keep Zion. I think you can figure it out. Fears, Queen. I guess you could say Herb. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we figure out the Herb Sadiq thing. I think whoever else you get, however else you put that and figure it out, it is what it is. Poole, I like. He ain't showing me enough to try to keep him and Jeremiah Fears. It's like too much of the same thing, you know, as far as that. So I think at some point in the future, we're going to have to move on from Poole unless he start playing like Steph Curry down the stretch or something. But I think all the trades, Zion stuff, the more you see him have games like this, man, we just need to kill that for right now. Because even if you do want to trade Zion, family, to me, it just makes no sense to try to rush yourself and do that during the season. This team probably ain't going to make no goddamn plan. But by a long shot, what if we do make the plan? And then Zion has a monster game, or we luck up and get into the play, and Zion has a monster play. If you want to trade him, don't that look good? It just makes all the sense in the world to me to just worry about trading Zion in the offseason if that's what the Pels going to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of options going on, man, and it's really based on how the Pelicans finish out and perform, fam, to be honest with you. I mean, we know that Joe Dumars is definitely watching, bro. He's definitely watching to see what happens with this squad, man, and it's not enough of anything, bro. It's not enough of anything, family, to be like, yeah, I mean, Jeremiah Fears and Queen and Trey Murphy, We know we like Sadiq, we like all these other guys, but Joe Dumars got a tough job to do here, man. They paying him a lot of money to line this up correctly. And I don't see how you're going to do it without getting a coach here, man, that can speak the language, that got the resume. You got to get the coach. Are we wasting time here? You know, like we talked about the organization. Yeah, right. We talked about the organizations before, right? We talk about having a coach that knows, that has a resume, knowing what it takes to win, right? And not only just knowing, but having the temperament to get it done. Learning how to be, to be cool and smooth on one end and then flip on them and be an asshole when they need to be. You need you got this nice guy garbage and all this other stuff, complimenting these guys when they're getting their teeth kicked in their ass and belt to ass and all this kind of stuff going on, like your boys say. I just think a lot of softness. We've had too much softness going on for far too long here in the city of New Orleans. And you need a change. You need a guy on the floor, a coach that's going to galvanize the proper talent, that can give them an identity on both sides of the ball. I mean, on the court, defense and offense. Have them playing fundamentally. And we're not going to be perfect, but the whole thing is to fight hard every night. And if you have a mentality where you fight hard every night, the majority of the time you're going to win these games. But we don't see that full game. We see the Pelicans losing to teams they're supposed to beat. Guys not stepping up, handling their business. And we can't have that. We can't be paying these guys this money if all they can do is be cool with each other and they such a family. I don't give a damn about no family feel for players if they got 8 wins. I'm sorry, fam. I mean, if you really love it that much, then all these other guys somebody gotta lead them and say, hey man, y'all need to wake the hell up. We need to do this. We need to do that. And all this other smooth stuff and all this other bullshit about clapping and, we cool. And I don't care about no coolness with no 8-win team, bro. We got to shake all this up. It's too much money being spent for nothing. It's too much money being spent for nothing, man. So I don't want to belabor the point, but all I'm saying is, man, we've played in 36 games. It's January. It's what was January the 2nd. Happy New Year's to the family. If I hadn't told y'all that, and all we have is 8 stinking wins coming to the season. So, and then a team that just got his brains beat out, and now we're on a 6-game losing streak after winning 5 straight. So I mean, that's something. That's some tough decisions. We got assets. Whatever we got to do to turn this around, we're going to have to do it. Outside of giving away our key assets is all I'm saying, fam. We got to. We ain't got no choice. Hard decisions got to be made. Nothing personal is business. All right, but anyway, with that being said, fam, just shout out to Jay Black. I see you, bro. Now we gonna open it tonight. I don't think we have time like that tonight to open the lines, bro. But when the next game is on the 4th at 5 o'clock.
That's Sunday, right?
Sunday at 5 o'clock. So 7:30 PPR be in the building then, bro. We'll pop open the lines then, bro. That'll probably be a better time to do it. So y'all be in the building. I'm gonna put up a post and let family members know. We'll open the lines for family members to kind of chime in. What's up, Stacy? Shout out to my boy Stacy. We'll open up the lines, and plus, and I know Sean wants to talk. What's the asset? You know what the assets is. Come on, Sean, cut it out, bro. Your team is doing good, brother. You wasn't talking that shit when they was getting it handled to it, but that's all good. I'm gonna leave you alone. I was showing pictures of the dude from what was the movie Back to the Future, DC. All that we go. But it's all good, brother. But I'm gonna post put up like a notice for the family members to know we'll open the phones on Sunday night. We'll also incorporate each person have an opportunity to talk. We'll have a time clock for people to be able to talk so everybody can get their word in. Because I know a lot of people want to have some therapy in the new year, and that's what we're going to be bringing back in 2026, opportunity for the family members to chime in and not just listen, but actually participate with their thoughts. That's one of the key things that PPR is really popular for allowing the family members, the support base, to speak their mind on a team that they love. so much. So we'll open up that phone line on Sunday, man, and we'll have a clock too, timer, so everybody can get their word in, man. So, yeah, you still talking junk then. Yeah, you talk junk regardless, Sean. I hear you, brother. But anyway, DC, last thoughts before we close out, bro. Did you pick who's gonna win the game? The Pelican? Should I ask?
I'm gonna just leave it as a question mark at this point, Q.
Well, I tell you, bro.
What they expect, because looking at everything that I looked at and said what they need to do, I think the Pels gonna lose this game. But the Pelicans always do this shit, man. It's like when man, they ain't gonna be shit. It's over. They always do something to rail you back in. They could very well go out there and beat the Miami Heat, and then we back. You know what I'm saying? It's just a constant roller coaster ride with this team. Don't know who's gonna play. All these people are projected to be out, but they probably will. They say they're gonna be out, but we don't know who playing on Miami side. And watching them tonight against a decent Portland team, they showed me that even what they have, with everybody missing, like they still can compete. They can go out there and handle business. They didn't handle business tonight. But I think Borrego need to figure out his rotations with the decimated roster the way it is right now. And who knows? Who knows what we're gonna see Sunday, man. But I sure wouldn't bet no goddamn money on them beating the Miami Heat, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't see a win over the Heat either, man. I think the Pelicans, if they get all their people back, they'll make it competitive. But the Heat's a well-coached team. They're on top of the Southeast. They're not a juggernaut, but the way the Pelicans play, they turn some of these teams into juggernauts by being non-fundamental. Norman Powell kills the Pelicans. He get right. He balling, man, right now. 24 a game for Norman. He leading the Miami Heat in scoring. Wiggins is doing his thing at 15 or 16 points a game. But they got a lot of people doubtful in the matchup. Bam. Jaime's might not be in there. Nikolai might not be in there. So we'll see what they do. Tyler Hero is listed as might be out for this game, but some of them say that he could. Some of the estimated return times say that they'll be ready for the Pelicans game on Sunday. So, I mean, regardless if they are or not, the Pelicans have to snap the winning streak. Will they snap the losing streak? I don't see them snapping the losing streak, man. It's just too topsy-turvy, it's too up and down. Even when you missing players, or even when you have the players, these guys losing games. So I can't make heads or tails of it, bro. To be honest, they're just too. What's the term, DC? They're too.
They unpredictable, like mystical.
Yeah. They wildly unpredictable.
I think it's the coaching staff at this point. Although I do think Borrego does a lot of different things. I'm just looking at everybody else. Willie's gone. But the ghost of Willie still haunts us. So is it the coaches, the assistants, and all of those guys?
There we go with this crap.
Around, lingering on. I mean, it's obvious, Q. Does this not look like the same Pels team from the last 4 years?
I just want this shit to change.
Just answer the question before we get up out of here.
It's a losing ass team, DC. They're not consistent. That's all I see, bro. They're not consistent on either side.
Very similar.
They're not consistent enough to win. They're not consistent on either side of the court. They're not consistent in philosophy. They're not consistent in anything that is worth anything to win. If any successful ideology or implementation of fundamental strategy, they're not consistent enough in any of that to make a difference. That's what I'm saying.
What about the random people that come in here and light our ass up? Q, ain't that something that's been happening? Like the early green era.
Yes, indeed.
All that shit looks the same.
And he was supposed to be the defensive guy.
Like we don't even do scouting. I'm watching it. What that was last game, man? It was one of the dudes. Dude couldn't even shoot. Dude couldn't shoot worth the shit, and they breaking their neck to go over the screen.
They don't read scouting reports either, too, dog. They don't read scouting reports, bro. if they're reading them, they're not following the scouting reports. There's reports on all these players and their tendencies, or which way they like to push the ball, how they like, if a guy is left-handed, he's supposed to push him right. They don't. I mean, all of this is available in the scouting reports. They're not reading the scouting reports. And you mentioned Willie Green. He was supposed to be the defensive guy. He was supposed to be the guy that created the brain, at least the defensive aspect of it. And he failed miserable there. Now you got Collins.
At least with Borrego, I see double teams. We at least double team the best player.
They're still not communicating. They're not communicating well enough either, at all either. They're still giving up dumb switches. They're still leaving guys wide open. That Love guy killed him. He had 6 3-point shots tonight.
Bro, it's every night, man. Every night. It's always
pick the killer.
Just roll with that team. The Price is Right. You know that big ass wheel? Just roll the wheel, man, and put all the players' names on there. And it's always gonna be some unknown, obscure guy that's just gonna hit 4 or 5 3-pointers on us, man.
Yeah. Well,
at high efficiency.
Yeah, you ain't lying, bro.
Who was it in the Chicago game?
I don't know. We just won't go back there and think about it, brother. But it happens every game. You're right. It happens every game. There's always somebody that light them up.
So they can stop. We need to make a mockery of this shit, man. Maybe they'll hear it and get tired of letting that happen.
They hear it all the time. Borrego telling them that. He telling them that.
What are you telling them? To be honest.
I mean, he got to be. I hear him telling us that in the presser. He not telling them what he telling us in the presser. You got to be telling them what he telling us in the presser, because I've heard him say it at least half a dozen times about the 3-point shooter, the loose 3-point shooter that they leave open to kill you. They don't even stop the guy, and when you see him hitting 2 or 3 shots, they don't even force the ball. They don't even consistently force the ball out of the hands of the best player, dog. Come on.
That's another issue, but I'm talking about just
that's the main issue.
It's part of it. The random obscure guy always lighting my ass up.
Yeah, and well, I mean, before the random obscure,
he be tripping me out, bro. Like star players and shit be winding up with wide open threes with nobody over there, and it's that happens sometimes with any team, but like it's pretty fucking common with us. We're gonna have like 3 or 4 of those a game, bro.
Yeah, the Jedi kind of say, DC, fix your mic. You're not the 1960 school gym. Yeah, your mic sound like you're in the back of the hall yelling at us, bro. Like you mad at us. You sound like an old grumpy old man at the back of the hall yelling out the window. He too scared to walk up to the window, so he yelling from the end of the hall through, at you through the window. Stay off my lawn.
Stay off my freaking grass. Look, y'all can blame Q for this shit, because when I was adjusting my mic, I asked him,
this guy.
You good. This man said, oh, hold up, let me check. And he said some shit in his mic and tell me my mic good. So, all right, bro. I'm clearly not going to get no assistance with this right now.
Oh, okay. It's my fault. All right.
So, I'm sorry, Jedi. And my New Year, it was awesome, man. Got to see the fireworks on the Mississippi River when I was there with the fam. Checked it out. It's pretty nice.
It's pretty clear out there on the ocean, ain't it, DC?
The Mississippi River.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, man, we're going to get ready to leave on that. I appreciate y'all for chiming on this episode of PPR. Y'all feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Pelicans pummeled by the Blazers 122-109. They're now losers of 6 in a row. The next matchup is against the Heat in Miami on Sunday at 5 o'clock tip-off time. So there it is, man. We'll be back at 7:30 on Sunday. We'll open up the phone lines, man. We'll have a timer so everybody can get their word in, and we'll keep this thing moving along, family, and see if they can break it. But I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace. Go Pels.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and do best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with thewhodatdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit thewhodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation. Stay in the NO, you stay in the know.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pels Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.